Hello, it's midnight. I'm in my jammies. So, as a lot of you probably know, there's a lot of drama going on regarding the Doctor Who community at the moment. There's a lot of it's gone a bit viral recently, really, hasn't it? The reason I'm making this video is just to essentially try and prove that it's not horrendous. There are still some diamonds in this rough. The thing is, I sense that there's a lot of negativity in this fandom that is centered around obviously certain things going on, like obviously we have Series 11 being a massive catalyst for a lot of the negativity, but I think it's unwise to just tar this whole community with the same brush, because there's a lot of good here and it's just a case of finding it. The thing with fandoms is that, I mean, Doctor Who is no specialty when it comes to this sort of thing, but you'll always have one side that doesn't like the direction a particular thing is going, and you'll have the other side which loves the particular direction that a thing is going, and those sides will occasionally clash together. And the thing is, they will be in certain extremes. So, like, obviously we have the massive extreme that would be represented by stan culture or something like that. And, of course, we have the massive extreme on the other side that would be like cancel culture or something like that. So, it is... newfangled terms, I know. Doctor Who is not unique in this regard. So, today I want to just try and talk about the positive aspects, and hopefully try and add some levity to this situation. One thing that strikes me a lot is this community's nature for generosity. I'm reminded, obviously, of Ace Creeper's 12-hour live stream in which he did for the Young Minds Trust charity, and that is a charity that represents helping mental health for young people, and I honestly think that is a fantastic, fantastic little endeavour. There are so many underprivileged young kids out there who just need a lot of help, and the fact that he put this whole live stream together, like I was in it, the Who Addicts were part of it, Doctor Who Poop and various other people, and I honestly think it was such a wholesome thing to do, and it raised a lot of money. It raised way over $1,000 for this charity, and it was all donated because of the Doctor Who fandom. In a way, we just came together to help this charity, and in times like this, that is amazing. If I had a hat, I'd take it off to George, because he deserves a lot of kudos for doing that. It was honestly just outstanding, and is definitely one of my highlights of anything that the fandom has done, not just of the year, but pretty much of ever, because it was fantastic. So well done, George, and everyone who donated should be extremely proud of themselves for contributing to such a noble cause. Obviously, that isn't just the only positive facet of the Doctor Who community. There's also the creative aspect. People like artists. People like the Doctor Who community is abundant with artistic talent. You'll see so many variously different illustrated photos that are so beautifully done in various different art styles. There's so much variety to choose from. It's just incredible to behold people using this TV show to enhance and even give birth to their own artistic talents. I'm struggling to phrase it right, but I'm doing this unscripted, as you can probably tell. Like, Doctor Who has been an inspiration to many people to do maybe into what sort of field they want to go into, like art or writing or even the film production, TV production. So you may see a fan film going around, but that could be someone's stepping stone into their future career at some point, because everything has an origin. Because of the gargantuan variety there is in Doctor Who, there's always something about it that will inspire a certain someone. Such as, I've seen so many beautiful drawings of, like, Peter Capaldi and Jodie Whittaker, especially, like, when she was first announced. There's a massive influx of art, and it was splendiferous. It doesn't matter if you don't like Series 11 or not. It's like, you've got to admire the fact that someone has put in the time and effort and created a beautifully composed piece of art based on something that they feel passionate about. It's really quite wholesome. And the same goes for animators as well. It all helps them enhance their skills and go into something bigger. Like, I wish I could do something like animation or even draw. The best I could do is stickman. So I have massive respect for people who can do it and show their talent to the world. It's honestly fantastic. And also we have the writers in the community as well. Like, we have people who work on fan films, work on fan audios even, and prose, And you know what? If you're doing it for the right reasons, then that can't be taken away. If the passion is there, then the passion is there. Obviously, nothing is immune to criticism, whatnot. If you put anything on a public space, of course, you're going to get somebody telling you the thoughts about it. But still, the fact that you've made it is still an achievement in itself. And that contributes to the community as well, because the fact that people can take bits of Doctor Who lore and expand upon it in their own ways, with their own head canons, and share it to the world, and you can find some real gems there, because Doctor Who as a concept is incredibly malleable. It's one of the most malleable concepts ever created in science fiction. You can go literally anywhere in time and space. You can do anything, and you just have to include one central character and one police box, and that's all you need. And you can do whatever you want. It's just such a blessing for a sci-fi writer to just expand their whole range for, you know? And the beauty of fan films and fan audios is that it's all about bringing together a whole team of people to work on a specific vision. Like, it's social. You make friends because of it. I mean, I don't know of a fan film that hasn't involved a cast that have all become friends of each other. It's just, that's one of the best aspects of it, because Doctor Who breeds friendship. That's literally one of the core messages. The Doctor travels in time and space with his best friend. Well, his best friend at the time. But still, that's what the main part of the show is, that bond. You have your VFX artists, your writers, your actors, your musicians. Musicians are exceptionally good. Like, being able to compose music even, or even just rearrange it or play it themselves, because that takes a lot of talent itself. Speaking as a musician myself, it is not the easiest thing in the world, and that deserves like a ton of respect. And it's incredibly admirable that people can take the show and all the tunes, whether it be Murray Gold or Dudley Simpson or even Seiken Akinoa, who have composed the various tunes for this show, and just take them and make them your own, or even just spoof of them, or do it in their styles. You can do anything you want. It's just, when you think about it again, this show creates a lot of inspiration. And if you're a musician, what more could you want?
And of course, we can't forget cosplayers, people whose hobby revolves around creation, whether it's knitting, sewing, anything like that. People can create such wonderful pieces with their hands and just a few tools, or simply just sourcing out the items and rocking wearing them, having fun. It's all good.
And you can all come together in the name of doing something you can be equally proud of, which is pretty cool. I think, making reference to the Green Mile, really good movie and book, feel free to read, I would say that the Doctor Who community just needs to stop being ugly to each other, because there is clearly so much great about this community when it all comes together. So much that people can do, so many talents that are about, so many content creators who are so eloquent and so intelligent in what they create, what they put across, and their content and everything, that it's a shame to race it all on petty arguments. Because you don't have to like Series 11, you don't have to dislike it, you just need to accept other people's opinions and just get on with each other, get on with it. There's no need for stuff like unprovoked potshots against other YouTubers, because there's no need. It's a waste of time. All these arguments regarding like Series 11 and Jodie Whittaker's casting is just, it makes the environment so toxic and hostile. Like, it's okay to just disagree or make critical analysis about it, but when you're just flinging insults at people that don't agree with your point of view on either side of the fence, that's not good. That just creates a lot of ill will, and it breeds toxicity, and it's just horrible. There's just so much in this community these days that is absolutely great, but it gets swamped up in the negativity, and that is a shame, because we're better than that as a community. We're better than that, and we don't need to just keep on this path, because eventually it'll make the whole thing implode. Like the Steven Universe fandom or the Undertale fandom, they all went down really dark paths because of the fans getting violent and extremist and just plain horrible. And Doctor Who doesn't need to go down that route, especially when the show itself has such a positive message. Like, it is about change in aspects. But if you can't accept the change, that is fine. But you don't need to go attacking people who can, and vice versa. If you accept the change, that is great. But you don't need to go attacking people that don't. It's all a game of just trying to reach that common ground and not making dicks out of each other, because that is the last thing that we need. This is, of course, my 2 cents, and it's probably a lot. I'm probably simplifying it a bit too much, but I just know that a few friends of mine are being really turned off from the Doctor Who community, having been active members of it before, and it's just so sad to see, and that is not acceptable. And I don't know if it'll ever be the same again, but I can only pray that it'll get better from here, because I really want everyone to just come together and be accepting, and there doesn't need to be any of this anger that you find around. There's just so much anger towards fans, by fans from each other, to each other. It's just sad because we're so much better. So much better. One final thought though. Series 11, it made my nieces happy. And they loved it. So I'm happy for that. Because if anything, even if Doctor Who starts to wane from a particular generation of people, there's always a next generation that will always find a way to enjoy it. And that's how the show will keep on going, eternally. So anyway, that's just my word of the day. So, see ya!